Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot. I hope everybody's well. I thought I would pop on today to show you the decks that I acquired, that I bought in the months of July and August. They were the 2 months that I was away from my channel, that I was moving house. And you would have thought that with moving house and all the new things to buy and all the distractions and all the busyness, you'd have thought that I didn't really have time to buy new decks, but I did. I think at times I just needed the distraction from what was going on around me. And I've got 8 decks. I bought 8 decks in July and August, which on the one hand is wonderful, but on the other hand I feel is somewhat naughty. But out of the 8 decks, 2 I bought new, and the other 6 were all used, and I bought them on eBay and got them for very good prices actually. And I think that's what I was enjoying really about buying the decks, was that I was hunting around on sort of Vinted and eBay looking for used decks, and I think that was distracting my brain from the quite difficult reality of me moving house and all of the stress that went along with that. So yeah, I think that's what that was about. I also just wanted to quickly show you this deck. You don't see this very often. You don't see people working with it or showing it too much on YouTube, I don't think. It's the Sacred She Tarot by Mahadeva Padma. This is the person, I'd say it's she, I don't honestly know if it's a man or a woman, but this is the person that created the Osho Zen Tarot and the Tao Oracle, of which I have both, and I have played with a little bit, but throughout July and August, I used this deck quite a bit actually, and I've just started to edge it as well. I was hoping to find a really lovely purple colour to edge it with, but the purple that I thought was going to do it came out more of a violet colour than a sort of more, I don't know what you'd call this. It's not indigo, is it? But it's a purple, isn't it? And the purple I had was more violet, more red, I suppose, than blue purple. So I decided to do it with this pen, this blue pen. And of course all these pens, they look different on the cards than they do on the cap. They always come out a bit darker or a bit lighter or something slightly different. But I just thought this is such a beautiful deck. I've really enjoyed working with this. I found the keywords on the cards to be really helpful. You know what it's like when you're feeling quite stressed out and you've got a lot going on. Sometimes it's hard to hear your intuition, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to read the cards and to really get the messages involved. So I have kind of I have enjoyed some of the keywords on these cards, and they're quite full on, aren't they? I mean, they're quite in your face, you know. The 8 of Swords here, blame, I really like that, and the 9 of Swords. They are very intuitive to look at, but like I said, sometimes you just need that little helping hand, I think, don't you, when you're feeling particularly stressy or upset or distracted or whatever, really. Look at this one, look, anxiety with the moon. It's just brilliant. I really like these. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you these, and I must finish edging them. They are lovely, aren't they? Look at this, Labour of Love, the 8 of Pentacles. Really nice. So yeah, that's the Sacred She Tarot. That's not a deck that I've bought recently. I've had that deck getting on for a year, but I'd promised myself that I was going to work with that deck a bit more, and I have, and I've really enjoyed it. So with the decks, like I said, I've got 2 that are new and 6 that are used, and I've got 3 oracle decks and 5 tarot decks. So let's show you the oracle decks first. I'm really pleased with all of these, to be honest. So the first deck is by Caroline Miss and Peter Occhio-Grosso. And these are healing cards, a daily practice for maintaining spiritual balance. And I'm a big fan of Caroline Miss. I've got her archetype cards. I've got her book, Sacred Contracts. I quite often listen to her videos on YouTube. She does some really good sort of podcasts about archetypes and things, and I really enjoy her a lot. So and I have a vague memory, but it may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I had this deck many years ago and I gifted it to one of my clients many years ago who I really thought would benefit from this deck, because it is a very soothing deck. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I did gift it to a lady. So we've got recovery isn't a goal but a process, and then on the back you get some words. You never stop repairing and renewing yourself. You must absorb the light and shadow of each day that you live. Don't keep your spirit stuck in yesterday, as a new day begins, and prayer is progress. Illness begins in the stomach, and diet is the main remedy. Be mindful today of how you nourish your body with healthful food. Feed your spirit with self-respect and self-love, allowing only positive thoughts and feelings to enter your being. Always leave some space within when you eat. See, I just love these. This is the kind of advice and guidance that I really like. These cards are very holistic. Ask for guidance in seeking the truth concealed in your personal challenges. Forgiveness means more to God than sacrifice. I believe that. Let the beauty you love be what you do. May your heart sing and your soul rejoice and experience the wonder of life. Speak or act with negativity and pain follows. Speak or act with a pure heart and happiness follows. Friendliness, compassion and delight cultivate a calm mind. The healthy person lives in harmony with nature. They're beautiful, aren't they? Just lots and lots of really good, sensible, some of it really quite practical advice, I suppose, just to keep you on the straight and narrow. I think this would be a fantastic deck to just pull a card every morning for a period of time. Now is now. Are you going to be here or not? Illness is not a punishment, but a stimulant to life. Wow. That's something important to remember when you have chronic health problems. Perform every act as if it was your last. In silence, we readily preserve our integrity. What's this one? Everything lost is found again. Everything hurt is healed again. I really like this deck. As I said, this was a used deck, and you can tell it's had some wear, but not enough to upset me at all. The little guidebook that comes with it is really nice as well. Let's have a look at number 46 here. Perform every act as if it were your last. So it says Marcus Aurelius was a pantheist and Stoic philosopher who believed in the divinity of the cosmos as a vast intelligent being with a soul. He stressed the harmony of all things and the importance of resigning oneself to whatever occurred. Do you know, the older I get, the more I think that to have a Stoic mindset is a really healthy thing. As Emperor of Rome from 161 to 180, he was also a remarkably moral philosopher king who hated war and corruption, was magnanimous towards his enemies and freed many slaves. But his most lasting achievement is probably his meditations, brief snippets of wisdom, many of which were written while he reluctantly led his army against hordes of invaders. Some of the one-liners sound like they could have been written yesterday. Stop talking about what the good person should be and just be that person. The maxim on this card is timeless and captures the goal of putting yourself fully into each moment that all the mystics acknowledge. So, you know, there's a lot of wisdom to be had out of this deck. I think it's a really soothing and holistic and quite practical deck of cards, actually. I'm really, really pleased with that. The next deck that I bought, this was admittedly a little bit of a treat and a bit naughty because this was a little bit pricier. I think the healing cards I bought used on eBay, and they may well have cost me something like £11, including postage. So that, you know, real bargain there. This deck may have cost me something more like £30, and it's obviously a tiny little oracle deck here, but it's signed, and I believe that this is genuine. It seems that the person I bought it off eBay was quite genuine. It's a Linda Ravenscroft oracle deck of words and whispers. The fantasy, fairy and angel art of Linda Ravenscroft. Quotes by Dorian Ravenscroft. Said it was printed in the UK. The vibrant, intuitive images have been designed by Linda to be full of energy. Each piece is accompanied by a keyword or sentiment designed to lift the spirit and inspire the soul. There's sort of colour therapy in here, watercolour images, lovingly painted by the fantasy artist Linda Ravenscroft. So this is a very, very cute little deck that said it was used, but I honestly think that nobody has used this deck. The cards are in perfect condition, as is the little box, to be honest. So we've got here halcyon days. Today will be a good day to reflect, relax and think back to some of your happiest days and memories. These are halcyon days in our heart forever. And on the back of all the cards, we've got this beautiful sort of fairy type, fae type watercolour image here. I think that is the same on all the backs, isn't it? Yeah. Aren't they beautiful? Really, really beautiful. Then we've got dreams. Follow your dreams. Take time for meditation today. Think of what you'd really like to do and find a way to make it happen. Angel. Ruby is the gem for protection, and this little angel is here for you today. Even when you feel alone, someone is always watching over you. Grow. Don't be afraid to better yourself and to follow your dreams. Personal growth is so important. Remember that the mightiest oak comes from the smallest acorn. That's reminded me, actually. Where are my acorns? Hang on a second. Oh, they're so gorgeous. I think if you'd seen my video a few days ago looking at my new home, you'll see I've got a little oak tree just outside the front, and I've been collecting some acorns and bringing them in. I love the acorns. Blessed, the protection of angels is there for all to receive, for they do not discriminate as we do. Shine brightly, be a light in dark places, shine brightly at whatever you do. There is too much darkness in the world, but if we all shine as brightly as we can, there will be a little less. Oh, go green. No time to save the world. Remember to do just one small thing for Mother Earth today and save a little piece of her at least. I've got the Keeper of Secrets. Dark roses have hearts. Inspire. I love that. That's beautiful. Follow your heart. It will never let you down. Don't be blue. Dance. Believe. Fate. Oh, wow. Amaranth. 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 A flower which will never die, never fade, and never be forgotten. We'll always remember those we loved and lost, and will cherish their memories forever. A time for reflection. That's beautiful. Bouquet. Rise like a phoenix. The child of trees. So there we go. You can see that is such a cute, cute little deck. I love that. I'm really pleased with that. As I said, I bought this used also, but I don't think anybody's ever done very much with it. Such a nice little deck. And the third Oracle deck I bought, and I bought this one used also, is Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle by Cheryl Yambrach Rose. Yeah. 52 gilded cards and guidebook. All the paintings and texts by this Cheryl lady. I know that she's done other decks as well, but this is the first one I've bought of hers. And like I said, I bought this used, but you can find lots of used copies of this on eBay and places like that. This is copyright 2011. It says Claire is a clairvoyant visionary artist. 52 large gilded cards of original oil paintings. This is mythic beings and divine entities that inhabit sacred sites and spaces. So I've not really used any of these cards actually so far, but I will. These are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love these. I'm not usually a big fan of giant cards, and these are quite big. I mean, these are the Sacred She tarot cards, so you can see they're really quite big. Truth conquers all. Be courageous as truth conquers all. And this is the backs of all of the cards, which is gorgeous, isn't it? I love that. So handsome. I love the people in these cards. They are beautiful. Let's turn these over actually. This is another deck I don't feel like I've seen anybody else pull out on YouTube, but I may be wrong. Move away from a difficult situation. Confront your opposite polarity. Climb the spiral ladder one step at a time. Adapt to a new situation. Sacred Journey Pilgrimage. That's Sarah in Avalon. Glastonbury Phoenix, arise from the ashes of despair. Look through the mist and find the mystery. Find the middle ground and compromise. Magic is alive. Ask your divine child. Retreat into nature, solitude. Let's have a little read of Retreat into Nature. So this book has a picture and a page or two. I don't know their alphabet alphabetical, aren't they? There we go. Into your sacred space. Oh, are they? I don't know. Oh, come on, where is it? Peace prevail. Retreat into nature. There we go. So it's the extended meaning of this is take time out for yourself. Leave the daily routine and return refreshed and renewed. This is a painting of non-cultural shamanism. Inside the redwood tree, the shaman can retreat in silence and enter the deeper realms of consciousness while feeling totally protected by animal allies. The redwood forest is a silent sanctuary and gateway to the inner realms. These ancient tree spirits have lived thousands of years and exude wisdom to the seeker. They were once part of the sunken continent of Lemuria, which is why they are a species not found anywhere else on Earth. So it looks like you get a bit of information about the card and the person that is in the card and their story, and a small amount about the actual meaning of the card. But that's okay, that's fine. That's the back of the book. Yeah, I think these are beautiful. I really do. I love that they're gilded. I mean, this is really quite an old deck, isn't it? But the gilding is held up. It's a gorgeous deck. I'm really pleased with it. I think there's another, like I said, there's another deck of Cheryl's, isn't there, that has got a lot of faces in it, if I remember rightly. Transcendental Journeys or something like that. I can't quite remember. I'm just looking to see if it says here what other book she's got. It says here, actually, it says here the book covers the 4 mythic lands where she lives and paints, which is Narnia, Avalon, Bohemia and Lemuria. I think that's amazing. Like I said, this is 2013 copyright. Really, really nice deck. Like I said, I can't remember how much I bought this for, but it wasn't a lot and it was used on eBay. The next 2 decks I'm going to show you, these came together and I was after the Robin Hood Tarot, which has come in a very, very used and beaten up box, but the cards itself are fine. And it came with this deck, I think, just sort of thrown in with it. This is definitely a little knockoff because it's a small little deck and it's got a barcode on it. But I thought it was quite funny, actually. I'm a big fan of Friends. I used to watch Friends a lot. I didn't realise there was a tarot deck of the Friends TV programme. We've got Joey, Phoebe, Rachel, Monica. Oh, what's his name? He was Monica's man, wasn't he? The Hierophant. The Lovers. Oh. The Chariot. Phoebe with her taxi. Chandler. I don't remember him with a lion. That's weird. Ross. I just think they're so cool. I really like them. I know they're a knockoff and not really what I should be showing you on YouTube, but I didn't buy them specifically. They came with my Robin Hood Tarot. They've made me smile, so there you go. So the Robin Hood Tarot, like I said, it's come in this very, very beaten up box. It's definitely an original deck. It's a Llewellyn deck, copyright 1991. It says the Robin Hood Tarot is flavoured with vibrant nature imagery and luminous energies that enchant and stimulate pagans and non-pagans alike. I just really fancied this. This has come with no little guidebook at all, out of this very beaten up box. The cards are in extremely good condition. This is the backs of the decks. Again, this is not a deck that I've seen too many other people using, but I was just quite fascinated, really. I like the colours. Yeah, it's a really, I think it will be a really easy reader. Yeah, I like the imagery. I like the boldness of the colours. Wow, look at that one, the devil. I would have used that in my devil tarot top trumps video recently. Actually, that's such a good card, isn't it? It's like they want all of the jewels and everything that's in the box there, but they also want to be free. They're trapped, aren't they, by their passions and their desires and their greed and all of those things. That's a pretty cool tower. The star. They are very pretty, aren't they? The world. I have given this a good shuffle and played with it a little bit. Yeah, look at the sun. The magician. Like I said, I got no guidebook with this, but that's fine. It's very, very Rider-Waite-Smith, isn't it, in its imagery. I'm not going to need a guidebook. I think it's very, very nice. Look at his face. That's a grumpy face, isn't it? It's very, very pretty. I do like it a lot. And the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups. Obviously didn't give it a very good shuffle at all, did I? So yeah, there we go. That's the Robin Hood Tarot. I'm really, really pleased with that, I have to say. Yeah, and that really didn't cost very much money at all. That may have been something like £10 with postage and the little Friends deck, so I can't complain at that at all, can I? The next deck that I bought, we've got 3 left, by the way, because I'm not sure how long I've been talking. It's quite bright in here. I can't see the time on the clock. So the next used deck I bought, this is Ferenc Pinter Tarot, and this is Low Scarabeo. I think that I saw this deck on Carrie's channel, Tiara Princess of Wands. I think that that's where I first saw this deck, and I was just very curious about it. It's not, and considering I bought it used, and I think I bought it used for about £15, including postage, which is brilliant. It's not a pretty deck by any means. It's quite dark. Some of the images are quite, they're quite difficult to look at, I suppose, some of them. It's certainly not a pretty deck at all, but there's something about it I really quite like. You know, I used this devil card in my top trumps video recently. You know, the devil horns here. There's something about it. It's quite moody, and some of the images are really quite striking. Look at the moon, look. It's a mooning bum, isn't it? Do you remember that when you were kids? People used to moon, didn't they? Look at that, look. Just the colour and the light on that card of the sun. It's like the charioteer there is like in a blaze of light. Judgment. The world. Whoops. Oh, we've got another bum there, look. I didn't realise there was such a lot of bums in this. This is the Ace of Cups. The Two of Cups. Oh, the Three of Cups. That's very pretty, isn't it? Like I said, it's not the brightest or the most cheeriest of decks. It's quite moody, quite dark. Takes a lot of looking at, I think. I think the more you look at this deck, the more sort of layers you find in it, the more things that you discover. But I do think it's a very intuitive deck, and I think that it will read well, to be honest. It's hard to know what's going on in some of the cards. I wonder if it says in the book what the meaning of some of these things are. Let's have a look. Let's find a good card. The Three of Pentacles. Let's have a look. So it says, a nun, a cardinal, and other holy figure gather together around a table upon which there are laid 3 loaves of bread, each marked with the sign of the cross. The Three of Pentacles speaks of collaboration and skillfulness, bringing success to a plan or project. In a reading, your talent should be put to good use and the work you're doing will feel worthwhile and enriching. So yeah, I like that it tells you who's in the card. Like the Four of Pentacles. A man of colossal size stands behind an exquisite manor house, his eyes cast down to the ground before him. So the Four of Pentacles is a card of great material success, but it also hints at cutting ourselves off from the world. When a desire for comfort becomes greed, we build walls around ourselves that shut the rest of the world out. And each of these cards here has a little note, and this one is note the set of his chin. And this one was note the posture of her hands. It's like in this one, with her hands, she's trying to manifest something, isn't she? I'm not really quite sure what the set of his chin in this card is. It's like he's looking down. Yeah, coveting perhaps what he has. I'm not really sure. So yeah, there's like a little note with each. But yeah, I really, really like this. I think I will get some good use out of this deck. I will enjoy it. So that's Ferenc Pinter. That's the backs of the cards, by the way, which is nothing too exciting. I like that it comes in one of these very sturdy little boxes. I do like these boxes. And then we're on to the last 2 decks, and these are the decks that I bought brand new. And one is the Touchstone Tarot by Cat Black, which I have had on my wish list. I've been kind of looking at for a long time. I've been quite fascinated with it. It's a beautiful deck, really beautiful. Big cards, unfortunately, but I'm sure many of you are familiar with this. It says the sensual portraits are imbued with subtle facial expressions and nuances that can help the reader intuitively connect with the cards. Familiar Rider-Waite-Smith imagery makes the Touchstone Tarot accessible for readers at every level of experience. And this deluxe 80 card deck. I didn't realise there was 80 cards in here. Again, I've not read as such with this deck yet, but I did pull out the Devil card to use in my top tarot trumps, just because I loved his facial expression. You couldn't help but get lured in by him. The Tower. I do actually love the facial expressions of the people on here. I think they're just brilliant. Judgment. You can see the piousness of her, can't you? There's definitely judgment going on there. the World, the Ace of Wands. They're beautiful colours. I actually don't even mind the borders and, you know, the look of these cards, how they're set out, because they're very old-fashioned to look at, aren't they? And I think it just suits them, really. It suits the colour palette. The Four of Wands. Oh, look at her face. The Five of Wands. The Six of Wands. He's like, I've won. You can see it, can't you? The Seven of Wands. The Eight of Wands. The Nine of Wands. She's looking a bit battered, isn't she? Look, this thing has fallen on her head there. Let's have a look and see what it says. This book, actually, oh, it tells you at the back about the bonus cards. You may have noticed an extra card in your deck and wondered what it's doing there. It's a bit of a tarot in-joke and was intended to be taken out for readings. I've been very surprised to find, though, that many readers, most of whom are very experienced tarot readers and collectors, have chosen to leave it in the deck. So it's a happy squirrel card. Ooh. It also, at the back of the book, tells you about the artwork for the cards, which I think is really, really nice. Yeah. What was I looking at there? The Nine of Wands, wasn't I? Let's see what it says about her. Nine of Wands. A woman in a fine red and gold gown stands on top of a castle wall. She holds a wand and 8 more lean between the battlements. She wears many opulent jewels and an ornate peaked cap. She wears a bandage on her head and wrings her hands and purses her lips as though concerned. This is Henry VIII's third wife, Jane Seymour. Bless her. Who died shortly after giving him what he most wanted, a son. Historians are divided on the issue of Jane. She was the least educated of Henry's wives and could scarcely write her own name. Wow, she's been variously portrayed as a meek and mousy maid who happened to be in the right place at the right time, to a ruthless schemer who planned the downfall of her mistress so she could take her place at Henry's side. Ooh. Bless her. Poor Jane Seymour. Yeah. No wonder she's got a bandage on her head. These are so cool, aren't they? The facial expressions of these people. I do really like them. Look at the beautiful Queen of Wands there. The Ace of Cups. The Two of Cups. Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? The colours are so bold and they really stand out. I mean, look at this gorgeous deep blue. They're lovely. Such a nice deck. I'm sure many of you have this deck and are very happy with it. So the last deck that I have to show you is the Wee Moon Tarot. And I bought this from Amazon. And to be honest, I mean, the deck itself, you know, the artwork and everything in it is just fabulous, fantastic. But the cards themselves are actually not, they're not the best sort of quality, really. I've edged my cards. I sat and did that. What have we got here? I sat and edged it a few weeks ago, actually. So I've done like the majors and the minors all in 4 different colours. I don't know why I did it like that, really. Generally, I edge my cards in 1 colour, but these cards, as you can see, we've got We've got blue, cream, orange, and a sort of bronzy colour, and the black of the majors there. So I was just trying to find colours. Sorry, I keep bashing the camera. I was just trying to find colours that match it. I don't know that you can see how bent this deck is. Can you see that? I've been putting sort of like heavy books on it to try and straighten it out, but like I said, these cards, they're not the best cardstock really. They are quite bent, but at the same time, the artwork on them, I mean, the wee moon, if you didn't know, is this is an overview of tarot from the perspective of the author with some technical summaries and historical datas. There's a listing of the artists whose work is represented here, because each card is a different artist. And this is by Mother Tongue Inc. Publications, which I think the Wee Moon sort of collective of women, they've come out with day planners and moon calendars and guides and various things for the natural cycles, haven't they? There's been art and writings and all sorts of things from sort of an international women's group, which is lovely. This is 2022. Yeah, this is sort of 40 years worth of artwork, 2 decades. Yeah, it's a really, really nice concept. Most of the cards I absolutely love and I resonate with. They're quite intuitive. They're beautiful. Look at this one. Look, stardust for stars, the moon, beautiful sun with the life force. There's a keyword on each of these cards as well, which is quite nice. Judgment, wake up call. The world coming full circle. The Fool opening. That's beautiful, isn't it? I really like that. The Magician or the Witch, magic. The Priestess, priestessing the planet. Embodying spirit. The Empowerer. Wisdom, compassion, power. Sacred paths. Strength. Look at that, look. That's such a brilliant card. It's like she's got everything that she needs inside of herself. The Lovers. The Charioteer. Restorative justice. Very cool. The Hermit, the Crone. Oh, look at that. The Wheel of Life. The Hanged One. Death, which is the other side. Temperance, radical balance. That's very cool. Yeah, so there we go. There we go. It's a beautiful deck. I'm really, really pleased to have it in my collection, but somewhat annoyed at the state of the cards, really. I don't think you can really see on camera just how bent they are, but they are bent. Which is one of my pet peeves with cards. I'm not happy about that, but there we go. I might be able to flatten it over time. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed seeing my cards. I've realised I've been talking for 45 minutes or so, so I do apologise for that. You can speed this video up if that suits you to watch it, or just flick through it and look at the decks that you want to. But anyway, this is 2 months worth of cards that I've purchased and acquired, and I'm very happy with all of them. If you've got any of them, do let me know. I'd love to hear how they work for you, what you like and what you don't like. And I shall see you all again soon. Thanks for watching.